What's up, my dudes? It's your boy Oscar here, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing the team that got me to rank 7 and then ultimately rank 9 that same day, and ended up getting us on the leaderboard for the first time the following day. So it's a pretty cool team. I enjoy it, so let's hop in these battles and hopefully you guys enjoy watching them. So here, easy lead for us. We can just win this straight Thunder Punch. I get a lot of questions on my moveset choice and not running Wild Charge, and I honestly just don't like the debuff. And the Thunder Punch kind of adds a little bit of mind game aspect to it, because some people, they see the Thunder Punch and assume you're running Wild Charge. Not all the time, but sometimes. So it can sometimes work out in our favor. And you'll see in the later games why Grass Knot is pretty. I would say Grass Knot's the needed move, to be honest. But yeah. So here we're gonna go just straight Thunder Punch. This is just playing out. We have to watch the shield usage from our opponent. Here we're gonna bring in our hard counter, because in case he switches out, we'll have energy, and we still have Registeel in the back. But I think Medicham's a little bit more flexible with the moveset that we're running, with Ice Punch and Psychic. So he stays in, so this makes me think that whatever he has in the back is weak to Medi as well, and it's a Dugong. So we're going to throw this Psychic, which is unfortunate for him that he couldn't even Icy Wind us before. But this was a GG regardless, because we have Registeel, full health in the back. So this game's just going to play out. He's going to Icy Wind us. He's able to farm us down. So we're going to bring in the Alolan Raichu just to either Volt Switch it down or either Icy Wind, whatever. Here my self mindset shows a little bit. I didn't want to show my moveset, like, just instinctively. So I switched out with the Grass Knot energy, but it's fine because we bring in Registeel and just Flash Cannon anyways. But I thought that was pretty funny watching this back. So next game, now it's a Tropius lead, which is kind of bad for us, and it's Razor Leaf as well, which is even worse. So we're gonna bring in Registeel. He kind of makes a mistake here, I think, by throwing the Leaf Blade energy instead of switching out with it, because we don't have to shield that, and him waiting to switch. One, our timer's going to come up before his, and two, we're at a Flash Cannon by the time he brings in his Azumarill. We saw this bait coming because I don't even think he charged up to a Hydro Pump, so we didn't shield there. Good call, and then we're just going to keep Flash Canning. He went 2 shields down, which is pretty great for us. We try to save the Reggie here. For the Tropius, it's going to be our best counter for it. So we're going to switch and get this Thunder Punch off before he can switch out. This will do a nice little chunk of damage for Azu down the road. And he brings in Bastiodon instead of the Tropius, which I think was another mistake. Because he hasn't seen our Medicham yet, so I don't know. But we're able to get to 2 Grass Knots here. Grass Knot's going to hit a little bit harder. So we just had to make sure we undertap there to get to the second one. And because our Medi is full health and we still have a shield, I'm going to bring it in. And like I said, getting energy on the Medi is pretty good because of its flexibility. So here I was expecting him to bring the Tropius back in, and he didn't. So that's why I shielded that, so we had as much health as possible to get to 2 Ice Punches. But that Psychic's going to be able to KO this Azu, and then we're going to throw this Ice Punch on the Tropius, which was very much needed. And you see, if he would have left with the Leaf Blade energy, he would have been in a way better spot here. This Leaf Blade will KO, and then we can just bring in Registeel for the Flash Cannon. But yeah, a few mistakes there, maybe on both sides, but GG's to our opponent there. Razor Leaf Tropius is a monster. So yeah, so game 3 here. It's an Umbreon lead this time. This is like a weird... We can kind of switch in either one, but we're going to bring in Medicham. He brings in his Haunter, which you don't even see these anymore, so I was like, oh man. But we get the Ice Punch off, which was good. I almost shield here, but I'm like, it's not worth it. We can bring in our Alolan Raichu and just try to farm down with Volt Switches. We'll have to invest a shield, but if we can come out with energy and only have spent 1 shield, it will be okay. So we Volt Switch down. We're still in a rough spot because he still has Umbreon. So our goal here is to try to just get to 2 Thunder Punches. So we throw the first one. We want him to be in Flash Focus Blast range. So we unfortunately don't get to the second one. We're not going to waste our shield. He still has 2 shields. So Registeel was going to have to pull off a miracle here. We know that Umbreon's charge moves don't do too much, but they add up quickly. We're going to go straight Focus Blast. No point in baiting. If we would have baited there and he called it, we would have lost this game. So I think here, we should have baited here, right? But with the Flash Cannon nerf, it's really hard to like justify baiting, right? So we're gonna go Focus Blast. He shields it, which makes sense. It's not worth the risk, I don't think, with 2 shields. We're saving our shield in case he has Thunder, but I think he can just go straight Power Whip. At least that was what I was thinking in my head. So we grab his second shield. So now all we need to do is get to this next Focus Blast. We're obviously going to use our shield here. We're in Power Whip range at this point. And we get to the Focus Blast. So I don't know if he just didn't have the energy yet or what happened, but Registeel comes in clutch here at the end. And man, he's still a monster. They can't even nerf him. So it's another DD lead, but this one plays out a little bit different. This was our first set with this team. We made it on the drive home from work. So I was still kind of learning, you know, how the team was going to work and the matchups. But every time we got DD, I wanted to shield. Rockslide only does about like 40%. So we're kind of watching his shields here. He shields, so we're like, okay, we're going to shield again in case he decides to double shield. So we're gonna do 1 extra volt switch. We don't want to get too greedy here, and then we're gonna throw the Thunder Punch. We're anticipating if he shields, we're gonna switch out because now Reggie with energy and shields down. Oh man, he's gonna do some nice work. So we're gonna need a Rock Slide. We take a lot of damage, but the energy that we were able to grab off that DD, man, it was worth it. So we're able to Focus Blast this Meganium, and now all we have to do is beat it. Before it gets to Earthquake, we got to get this Flash Cannon. And we're able to get it. So we're going to Flash Cannon this Meganium. It's going to go down. He's going to bring back in Azu. So it's a great thing that we saved our Alolan Raichu. Now this Registeel, we're just going to try to get as many Flash Cannons off as possible. We're almost able to get to the second one, but no dice. He's going to get his Hydro Pump off. But I think we're still okay. We're going to bring in Alolan Raichu. And just a Thunder Punch and Volt Switches will take it out. So we do 1 Volt Switch and then DD is practically dead. So yeah. So GG's there to our opponent. That was a fun game. Alolan Raichu and Registeel makes such a great core. We didn't even use Meta Gem, I don't think, that game. So another great lead here for us. It's a Skarm. We're expecting a switch out. We're going to bring in Medi. Dude, Medi's so good against Shiftry. With shields up, look how much damage the counters are doing. So we're going to throw this Ice Punch, trying to grab a shield. We didn't need a shield, but we wanted to kind of motivate him to shield, but it didn't work. So he's going to bring his Skarm back in, and our switch timer's not up, so we're just going to Ice Punch and counter, do as much damage as we can to this Skarmory, and then get it low enough where we can farm with our Raichu. We almost get the second Ice Punch off there. We're not going to shield. Yeah. Because we know this is perfect for our Alolan Raichu. Expecting the auto swap, we're going to auto swap as well. So now here we're kind of like in a rough spot. And we're not going to bait either. We're just going to go straight Focus Blast. And he doesn't shield it, which is great for us because now he's in Flash Cannon range. So we're going to shield. He does successfully bait us, which is kind of unfortunate. And that makes this game way closer than it should have been. So here we survive the Earthquake, no problem. And we're going to get this Flash Cannon off. But he still has shields. And then he makes an interesting choice. So we're farming, trying to get this Flash Cannon. And he switches out. Which I thought was really weird. So we're going to undercharge there and try to get a Volt Switch worth of energy on our Raichu. And we're going to throw before he's able to get a Vine Whip Ball, preventing him from any free energy and damage. So we grab his last shield, and our win condition was just to Volt Switch down. But just in case, right? Just in case. And the Alolan Raichu, all he had to do was survive that Frenzy Plant there, and the Volt Switch damage was going to KO the Meganium. So really close game and GG's. So now we're in rank 7. We got placed at 2463, which was kind of high for our last season rating. He's going to bring in Umbreon. This time we bring in Registeel. And this was played really weird by our opponent here. Most Umbreon users won't shield the first one, even if they know Focus Blast is coming. And he shielded, so I was like, okay, that's weird, but we'll at least get one through, right? So we're charging, we throw the second one, and then I'm like, okay, he shields the second one, and I'm in my head, I'm like, okay, what's going on? Do we need to save this Registeel for something in the back? Or I don't know what was going on. He honestly had me confused a little bit. So he's gonna switch, giving us back switch advantage. So that he was in a bad spot now, because now we're up 2 shields. Our Reggie has energy, and now we have switch advantage again. So we're trying to go for back-to-back Thunder Punch to prevent any fast moves from coming through, but it doesn't work out in this case. But we're still in an okay spot. We're gonna be able to Volt Switch this Lantern down, and then his Umbreon's gonna come back in. We're gonna go for the Grass Knot because we're not gonna waste the shield on it, on our Raichu, and we know he left with a ton of energy. So Grass Knot will hit harder if we only have one move. So we're gonna let our Alolan Raichu go down. Now I want energy on both of my Pokemon, so I try to charge up to a Flash Cannon and then switch out, which I don't know why I was trying to do that. I think I was just trying to get too fancy, but we get the energy on our Reggie, and then we bring in Medicham to either farm him down or just get rid of it. So we throw our energy, and it's another Skarmory. I'm like, dude, I don't know what's going on with all the Skarmories, but we're just gonna Ice Punch and counter. That's all we're gonna do. But this is pretty much GG's. We still have Reggie with the shield. We're gonna waste our shield here because we know we can get to another Ice Punch, and this damage is gonna add up quick. And this also pressures him to throw, because look how, yeah, he can't farm us down. So it was worth investing the shield on the Medi here, and then we can just come in and Focus Blast. Because if we allowed him to farm down, a Sky Attack would pretty much would have KO'd our Reggie. So GG's there. Yeah, really weird Umbreon matchup. Okay, yeah, this is a Stunfisk lead, which, oh man, we bring in our hard counter, and I think our opponent makes a mistake here. I think he was trying to catch a Dynamic Punch, which I think was a very bad move, because one, he let us do like half damage to the Stunfisk. He switched in his Altaria, which ate an Ice Punch, and now we can shield here and get to another Ice Punch. So that's what we're gonna do. So he's gonna throw Sky Attack. We know we can get to another Ice Punch. This is either gonna force a second shield or just let Altaria go down. And because he waited, our switch timer is gonna come up before his. We're gonna bring in our Alolan Raichu, catch the Sky Attack, and attempt to farm down this Altaria, which shields down. This Grass Knot is gonna do some nice damage to the Stunfisk, and this is another reason I like the Grass Knot. You're not completely walled by Mud Boys. And that does a nice chunk, and then he throws his energy too. And because he saved his, because we saved our Medicham, yeah, we were able to bring it in, but our switch timer wasn't up yet, and without Dynamic Punch, this Registeel's pretty safe, even with shields down. So we're not going to shield here. We need to save the Reggie. I think maybe if we would have brought in Reggie, this might have turned out different, because this game ended up being a lot closer than it had to be. We're going to shield here. The Earthquake does more damage to the Registeel, the Earthquake from the G-Fisk, but I didn't want to be in Rock Slide range where he could Rock Slide and Mud Shot us down. So all we need to do here is get to the Flash Cannon, and the battery warning pops up, dude. I was like, no, please survive, Reggie. And we barely survived, maybe like 1 or 2 Mud Shots away, and we would have lost this game. So yeah, charge your phone, people. But yeah, that was GG's. This was just showing you, I tried to show you some different lineups, but this team's super fun to use. It definitely takes some decision making and just a little bit of luck to hope you make the right one. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. These were just wins, but if you want to see losses, check out my Twitch. We stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 a.m. PST. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great Friday weekend, whatever day you're watching this. I hope it's a good one, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.